আপন সন্তানি না দেখে নয়নে, মুখ বাঁকায়ে থাকে দাশরথীর নামে। আপন সন্তানি না দেখে নয়নে, মুখ বাঁকায়ে থাকে দাশরথীর নামে। কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে গো শিব, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে গো শিবে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে। লোকমুখে শুনি সত্য বল শিবানী, শুনি সত্য বল শিবানী। অন্নপূর্ণা নাম তোর কি কাশী ধামে, লোকমুখে শুনি সত্য বল শিবানী। অন্নপূর্ণা নাম তোর কি কাশী ধামে। কি আনন্দে কথা ও মে গো শিবে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে গো শিবে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে, কি আনন্দের কথা ও মে।
ভবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গায়। মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই, মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই। ভবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গায়। ভবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গায়। মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই, মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই। মাঝে জগত্তারিণী ভব ভয় হারিণী, মাঝে জগত্তারিণী ভব ভয় হারিণী। ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মোক্ষ সর্বদায়িনী, ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মোক্ষ সর্বদায়িনী। মাঝে জগত্তারিণী ভব ভয় হারিণী, মাঝে জগত্তারিণী ভব ভয় হারিণী। ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মোক্ষ সর্বদায়িনী, ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মোক্ষ সর্বদায়িনী। আবার না চাহিতে সকল দিয়ে, না চাহিতে সকল দিয়ে সন্তানেরও মন ভুলায়। না চাহিতে সকল দিয়ে সন্তানেরও মন ভুলায়। মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই, মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই। ভবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গাই, ভবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গাই। মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই, মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় এমন সুদিন পেয়ে রে ভাই হারাস নেহেলায় এমন সুদিন পেয়ে রে ভাই হারাস নেহেলায় ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় ওরে কে আছিস কোথায় সবে আয় রে ছুটে আয় এমন সুদিন পেয়ে রে ভাই হারাস নেহেলায় এমন সুদিন পেয়ে রে ভাই হারাস নেহেলায় শুধু জয় মা বলে দাঁড়া রে তুই জয় মা বলে দাঁড়া রে তুই দেখবি দুঃখের নামটি নাই জয় মা বলে দাঁড়া রে তুই জয় মা বলে দাঁড়া রে তুই দেখবি দুঃখের নামটি নাই মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই ভাবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গায় ভাবের বোঝা দূরে ফেলে আয় সকলে নাচি গায় মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই মা এসেছে মোদের কি আর ভাবনা ভাই ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय जय महा माय की जय जय स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय जय गंगा माय
च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु अमिते गन्धपुष्पे तीर्थेभ्यो नमः। आसनसु एते गन्धपुष्पे ओम ह्रीं आधार शक्त्यादिभ्यो नमः। पवित्र वज्रभूमि फट् स्वाहा। एते गन्धपुष्पे ओम ह्रीं आधार शक्त्यादिभ्यो नमः। ओम अस्यासनोपवेशन मंत्रस्य मृदुपृष्ठरि शिशुतलं छन्दकूर्मो देवतासनोपवेशने विनियोग ओं पृथ्वी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृता त्वं च धारय मां नित्यं पवित्रं कुरु चासनम्। ओम आसुरेखे वज्ररेखे हुं फट् स्वाहा। एते गन्धपुष्पे आधार शक्तये कमलासनाय नमः। भूतापसार ओम सर्वविघ्नानुसाराय हुं फट् स्वाहा। अपसर्पन्तु ते भूता ये भूता भुवि संस्थिता ये भूता विघ्नकर्तारस्ते नश्यन्तु शिवाज्ञया। रांगुष्ठाभ्यं नमो ह्रीं तर्जनीभ्यं स्वाहा। रूं मुद्दमाभ्यं वषड्भै घनाभिकाभ्यं रूं कनिष्ठाभ्यं भक्त्रतरपृष्ठाभ्यमस्त्राय फट्। रांगदाय नमो ह्रीं शिरसे स्वारूं शिखाय वज्रैं कवचाय रूं नेत्रत्राय वषट् भक्त्रतरपृष्ठाभ्यमस्त्राय फट्। ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। একটা ফুল নিয়ে ধ্যান কর মনে 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 মনে। पंचोपचारे पूजा। एष गंध ओम ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। इदं सचंदन पुष्पम ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। इदं सचंदन बिल्वदलम ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। एष धूप ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। एष दीप ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः। बंगतस्मै जलतांबूल सहित सोपकरण नैवेद्याय नमः। बंगतस्मै जलतांबूल सहित सोपकरण नैवेद्याय नमः। बंगतस्मै जलतां एते गंधपुष्पे तस्मै जलतांबूल सहित सोपकरण नैवेद्याय नमो। विते गंधपुष्पे तदधिपतये देवाय श्री विष्णवे नमो। विते गंधपुष्पे तत्संप्रदानाय श्री भगवद्दुर्गायै नमः। फट् 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 ओम सुप्रोक्षितमस्तु। ओम श्री विष्णु पुंडरीकाक्ष पुनातु। इदं सोपकरण जलतांबूल सहित सोपकरण नैवेद्यम श्री भगवद्दुर्गायै नमः। ह्रीं श्री भगवद्दुर्गायै ओम ह्रीं दशधा जपे। एष सचंदन पत्र पुष्पांजलि। एष सचंदन पत्र पुष्पांजलि पत्र पुष्पांजलि। ओम ह्रीं श्री भगवद्दुर्गायै नमः। ओम सर्वमंगल-मंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ-साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते। बिल्लवृक्ष ध्यानम्। ओम चतुर्भुजं बिल्लवृक्षं रजताभं वृषस्थितं नानालंकार संयुक्तं जटामण्डलधारिणं वराभयकरं देवं खड्गखट्टाङ्गधारिणं व्याघ्रचर्माम्बरधरं शशिमौलित्रिलोचनम्। एष गन्ध ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। इदं सचन्दनपुष्पम् ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। इदं सचंदन बिल्वदलम ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। एष धूप ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। एष दीप ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। इदम् आमान्न नैवेद्यम् ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय इदम् आमान्न नैवेद्यम् ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। एष सचंदन पत्र पुष्पांजलि ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। ओम बिल्लवृक्षाय नमः। সাদা সর্ষে আছে দেখ কিনা দেখো তো। ओम घंटा बजा। ओं वेतालाश्च पिशाचाश्च राक्षसाश्च सरीसृपा अपसर्पन्तु ते सर्वे यावत् पूजां करोम्यहम्। ओं मेरुमन्दार कैलास हिमवत्शिखरे गिरौ जातश्रीफलवृक्षत्वम् अम्बिकाया सदा प्रियः। ओम श्रीशैलशिखरे जात श्रीफलश्रीनिकेतनः नेतव्योऽसि मया गच्छ पूज्यो दुर्गा स्वरूपतः। ॐ विल्लवृक्ष महाभाग सदा त्वं शङ्करप्रियः गृहीत्वा तव शाखाञ्च दुर्गापूजां करोम्यहम् ॐ शाखाच्छेदोद्भवं दुःखं न च कार्यं त्वया प्रभु देवैर्गृहीत्वा ते शाखां कृता पूजेति विश्रुतिः ओमागच्छ चण्डिके देवी सर्वकल्याणहेतवे पूजां गृहाण सुमुखी नमस्ते शङ्करप्रिये ॐ देवी चण्डात्मिके चण्डी चण्डविग्रहकारिणि बिल्वशाखां समाश्रित्य तिष्ठदेवी यथा सुखम् এই একটু যাও ওখানে মানুষদের দেখো কাটারটা দে ওইখান থেকে ফলযুগল শালিনী শুধু ফলযুগল শালিনী ধরে নে এক হাতে ধরবি হাত জোরে করুন ছিন্দি ছিন্দি হুং ফট স্বাহা এবার কীর্তাঞ্জলি ওম শাখা ছেদোদ্ভবম দুঃখম যৎকৃতম হি ময়া প্রভু ক্ষম্যতাম বিল্লবৃক্ষেশ বিল্লবৃক্ষ নমোস্তু তে ওমাগচ্ছ চণ্ডিকে দেবী সর্বকল্যাণকারিকে বিল্বশাখাं समाश्रित्य लक्ष्मीराज्यं प्रयच्छमे থেকে বাঁধতে হবে মহাবীর সঙ্গে বাঁধ চলো 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 আরেকটু উপরে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। সমীর একটু ধরে থাকুন, সমীর একটু ধরে থাকুন, তুই একটু আয়, আমার ধরে থাকুন, তুই একটু আয়, বস বস, তুই বস। মাংস ত্রিকোণ মণ্ডলাঙ্কন। मंगतस्मै माशभक्तबल उमतिगन्धविश्वमण्डलायरं मण्डलाय नमः। मंगतस्मै माशभक्तबलाय नमः। मंगतस्मै माशभक्तबलाय नमः। मंगतस्मै माशभक्तबलाय नमः। उमेतिगन्धपुष्पे तस्मै माशभक्तबलाय नमः। उमेतिगन्धपुष्पे तदधिपतये देवाय श्रीविष्णवे नमः। उमेतिगन्धपुष्पे तत्सम्प्रदानेभ्यो भूतादिभ्यो नमः। ओमाद्याश्च कर्मजाश्चैव ये भूतादिग्विदिक् स्थिता प्रसन्ना परितुष्टास्ते प्रतिगृह्णन्ति मम बलिं एषमाश भक्तबली ओं भूतादिभ्यो नमः। वेतालाश्च पिशाचाश्च राक्षसाश्च सरीसृपः अपसर्पन्तु ते सर्वे यावत् पूजां करोम्यहम्।
নবপত্রিকার ওখানে ওই বাইরে দিক দিয়ে বাইরে তো যেতে পারবে না। কোনটা বলতো বাইরে ওই টেবিল।
সংস্কার করার প্রয়োজন হয়। তার প্রথম অংশটি হল দেবীর বা নবপত্রিকার স্নান। দেবীর যে নবপত্রিকা, এই নবপত্রিকা দেবীকে পূজা মণ্ডপ থেকে শ্রদ্ধা সহকারে বাদ্যভাণ্ড সহ প্রথমেই নিয়ে যাওয়া হয় গঙ্গায়। সেখানে দেবীকে গঙ্গা জলে অবগাহন করিয়ে তারপর মণ্ডপে নিয়ে এসে আনুষ্ঠানিক মন্ত্রসহ মহাস্নান করানো হয়। নটি উদ্ভিদ, বৃক্ষ বা বৃক্ষাংশের সেইগুলি একসঙ্গে করে নবপত্রিকার রূপ গঠিত হয়। কদলী বা কলা, ডালিম বা দাড়িম্ব, ধান বা ধান্য, হলুদ বা হরিদ্রা, মান অর্থাৎ মান কচু, কচু বা কচুই, বেল বা বিল্ল, অশোক এবং জয়ন্তী, এই নটি বৃক্ষ, নটি উদ্ভিদ, সেইগুলিকে একীকৃত করে নবপত্রিকার মূর্তি গঠিত হয়। নবপত্রিকাবাসিনী দুর্গা হিসেবে তারা একত্রে পূজিত হলেও বাস্তবে এই নটি উদ্ভিদের ভিন্ন ভিন্ন দেবী রয়েছেন। পূজার সময় তাদের পৃথকভাবে পূজা করা হয়, আবার একসঙ্গে তাদের নবপত্রিকাবাসিনী দেবী দুর্গা রূপেও পূজা করা হয়। এই নবপত্রিকা পূজার সবচেয়ে প্রাথমিক চিত্রটি দেবীকে গঙ্গায় অবগাহন করিয়ে, স্নান করিয়ে পূজা মণ্ডপে নিয়ে যাওয়া, সেখানে বিধিবদ্ধভাবে মন্ত্রের দ্বারা তার উদ্দেশ্যে মহাস্নান এবং তারপর অন্যান্য পূজা। বেলুর মঠে শ্রী শ্রী মায়ের মন্দিরের সামনে যে গঙ্গার ঘাট, সেই ঘাটে নানা বাদ্য সহকারে সসম্ভ্রমে সশ্রদ্ধভাবে দেবীকে গঙ্গায় স্নান করিয়ে প্রথমে তাদের নিয়ে যাওয়া হয় পূজা মণ্ডপে। নবপত্রিকাবাসিনী দেবী দুর্গা নটি উদ্ভিদের সমষ্টি। প্রতিটি উদ্ভিদের অধিষ্ঠাত্রী বিভিন্ন দেবী রয়েছেন, তাদেরও সমষ্টিভূতা মূর্তি। এই নবপত্রিকাকে প্রথমে শুদ্ধ জলে, গঙ্গা জলে শ্রী শ্রী মায়ের ঘাটে স্নান করানোর পর যাওয়া হচ্ছে শ্রী শ্রী মায়ের মন্দিরে। শ্রী শ্রী মায়ের দেবীর নবপত্রিকা রূপে প্রতিষ্ঠার যে ক্রমটি তার যেন সূচনা হয়ে গেল। স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ শ্রী মা সারদা দেবীকে বলেছিলেন জ্যান্ত দুর্গা। দেবীর আরাধনা শ্রী শ্রী মায়েরই আর এক মূর্তির আরাধনা বলে বিশ্বাস করা হয়ে থাকে। তাই নবপত্রিকা গঙ্গা স্নানের পর শ্রী শ্রী মায়ের কাছে অনুমতি অনুজ্ঞা নিয়ে পূজার মূল কার্যক্রমে প্রবেশ করা হচ্ছে। ছত্র বাদ্যভাণ্ড সহ নবপত্রিকা স্নানের পর নবপত্রিকাকে মণ্ডপে নিয়ে যাওয়া হয়েছে। এই দেবী মণ্ডপে নবপত্রিকার স্নান হবে আনুষ্ঠানিকভাবে, বিধিবদ্ধভাবে, মন্ত্রের মাধ্যমে। নবপত্রিকার স্নানের পর নবপত্রিকা প্রবেশ, নবপত্রিকার পূজা, আরও পরে দেবী পূজার পরে নবপত্রিকার প্রবেশ বলতে গেলে দেবী পূজার, দেবীর মণ্ডপে প্রবেশের প্রতীক। যে মহাদেবী নবপত্রিকা রূপে, নবপত্রিকা বাসিনী দেবী রূপে মণ্ডপের সমস্ত পাবে, সব পাবে। আমি শুরু করি।
ওম জয়ন্তী মঙ্গলা কালী। এটা আমার আওয়াজ আসছে, এতে এতে আমার আওয়াজ আসছে। ওম, আচ্ছা এতে আমার আওয়াজ আসছে। হ্যাঁ দাদা, এতে আমার আওয়াজ আসছে। এতে না, ওটা তো আসছে না, মণ্ডপের কোন আওয়াজ, তখন ওটা চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে। ओम जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। शुभ Durga Puja to all the viewers. Welcome you all to the Saptami Puja as part of the Durga Puja celebrations at the Belur Mutt.
ओम Sarva-mangala-mangalyam varenyam varadam shubham Narayanam namaste.
Welcome you all to the Durga Puja celebrations at the Belur Mutt, the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Mutt and the Ramakrishna Mission, West Bengal. Today is the Saptami Tithi, the 7th day, the holy 7th day of the Navratri celebrations in our country. As part of the Saptami Tithi Puja at Belur Mutt, Nabapatrika Snan is complete. Navapatrika is now brought to the Puja Mandapa from Ganga. Now begins the rituals related to Navapatrika Sthapana in the Puja Mandapa.
Ishwargha Om Ram Hrim Sasri Suryaya Namaha Om Javakusuma Sankasham Kashyapiyang Mahadvutim.
Yesterday was the Bodhan, Adhivas and Amantran of Devi Durga. And today Puja begins in the main mandapa where Devi Durga's Vigraha is installed. Brahmachari Subrato Maharaj is the Pujari, the officiating priest, performing the sacred rituals. And Swami Shastrajnanandaji Maharaj is the Tantradharok, the guide and the director of the puja ceremony. Swami Tattva Saranandaji Maharaj is the Chandi Pathak on all the puja days.
Asana Shuddhi. Ang Pavitra Vajra Bhume Hu Fat Swaha Amriti Gandha Pushpe Om Hrimadhara.
On the puja mandapa, we can see various rituals related to the Navapatrika Sthapana.
Prithvitvaya dhrita loka devi tvam vishnuna dhrita tanchadharayamang nityam pavitrang kuruchasanam.
Asana Shuddhi is one of the preliminary rituals to be performed at the beginning of every puja ceremony.
Vishnurom tassadadya ashvine masi shukle pakshe saptyamyang titho gotradeva sharma parabrahma gotraya Sri Saradamani Devya Sri Bhagavad Durga Priti Kamo Nabapatrika Vasinim Sri Bhagavad Durga Mahang Snapayishyami.
This is the Sankalpa Vakya of the puja in the name of Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi.
Durangamang Jyotisham Jyotirikam Tanme Manas Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Sankalpitartha Siddhyantu Siddha Santu Manoratha Bhakti Jnanodayaya Yamarambha Shubhaya Bhavatu.
Today is the Maha Saptami Tithi of the holy Durga Puja. Durga Puja is the worship of Mother Shakti. The Gayatri mantra is part of the ceremony.
Ishwarim sarva-bhutanam tvami hopavai shriyam dugdha om apyaya swa sametute vishwata soma
Navapatrika is a collection of twigs, the branches of 9 holy trees and plants which are tied together and draped in a yellow sari. It is yet to be draped in the cloth.
Grita Tejosi Shukramasya Amritamase.
We can see the Navapatrika
Priyam Devanamana
kept in front of the priest and the sannyasins of the Ramakrishna order,
Prasabi Ashvinor
uttering the mantras,
Pushno Hastabhyamadade.
and Brahmachari Subrato performing the puja rituals. Offerings are offered to Navapatrika one by one. Navapatrika is also known as Kola bow in Bangla. The plants which the Navapatrika contains are symbolic representations of 9 forms of Goddess Durga.
Sharkara. Om Sahasra Shirisha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Sarvatas Pritva Atyattishtadashangulam Madhu Madhuvata Rutayate Madhuksharanti Sindhavaha Madhvirna Santo Shadhi Madhunakatamuto Shaso Madhumat Parthivangrajaha Madhudyaurastu Napita Madhumanno Vanaspatir Madhuman
which is the representation of 9 forms of Goddess Durga. Before the Durga Puja actually begins, Navapatrika is given a ritual bath in the Ganga. After the ritual bath, the Navapatrika is carried to the Puja Mandapa in a grand procession, accompanied by percussionists and worshippers holding the insignia of the deity, Devi Durga and other paraphernalia. Now the Navapatrika is placed next to Mother Devi Durga's image on the Puja Mandap and worshipped. Throughout the Durga Puja, Navapatrika will be kept in the Mandapa and worshipped. Navapatrika is commonly known as Kola bow in Bengali. Banana tree also is a part of the Navapatrika, which is very prominent. For an onlooker, banana leaves are prominently seen in the Navapatrika, as we can see now. Hence the name Kola bow. Navapatrika is actually a collection of 9 different plants. Each of them represent each aspect of Mother Durga. Their collection as a samashti in a group is an apt representation of the Shakti, Mother Durga, residing in the foliage, in every trees, plants, and in the nature around us. Their collection as a samashti is the Aradhya Vastu of the Durga Puja. Mother Durga is the flora and fauna. She is the Mother Nature. Durga Puja is the worship of the true nature of the Mother Nature. Devi is the Bhuta Prakriti. According to the Shastras, the Hindu scriptures, Sarva Charachara Prakriti, Sarva Vidhatri, and Sarva Samhartri. She is the pranas in our body. She is the beginning. She is the being. and she is the end of everything in the nature.
Dadhna Om Rhaim Kavachaya Hum.
Navapatrika is being
Rite.
consecrated
Om Rhaum Netra Trayaya Vaushat.
by the Panchagavya.
Kushodakena Om Rhak Karatala Prishtabhyam Astraya Fat.
Navapatrika Snana
Panchamrita
is a very important component of Durga Puja.
Adu
The rituals
Dugdhena.
specially enjoined
Om
as
Rham
part of the Navami
Hridayaya
Puja
Namaha.
begin only after the Snana and Pratishtha of the
Dadhana.
Navapatrika.
Om Hrim Shirase Swaha. Ghrite.
Navapatrika is a collection
Om
of
Hrum
vegetation
Shikhayai
containing 9 different plants.
Madhuna.
Some of them are
Om Rhaim
branches of certain trees and
Kavachaya
shrubs, and some other
Sharkaraya.
are herbs and
Om
creepers.
Rhaum Netra Trayaya Vaushat.
We read in the scriptures Rambha,
Narikela Jale.
Kachi, Haridracha, Jayanti, Bilvadadimau, Ashoko, Manakaschaiva, Dhanyascha, Dhanyancha Navapatrika. It says the Rambha, which is the banana plant, Kachi or Kachu, Colocasia esculenta,
Chandana Misrita
commonly
Ushna
known
Jalena.
in Bengali as Kochu,
Chandana Misrita Ushna Jalena.
Paridra,
Om Kadali
turmeric,
Taru Shangsthasi Vishnu
Jayanti,
Vakshasthalasthite. Namaste
Sesbania
Patrike Devi. Namaste
Bilva, the
Suranayike.
bell or stone
Om
apple,
Hrim Brahmanyai
Dadima,
Namaha.
pomegranate,
Pushpa Jalena.
known in Bengali as
Om
Dalim,
Kachivitvam
Ashoka,
Sthavarasthasi
Saraka
Sada
indica,
Siddhi Pradayini
Manaka,
Durga Rupena Sarvatra Snanena
Manaka is
Vijayam Kuru.
Alocasia
Om
macro
Hrim
rhizomes
Kalikayai
or
Namaha.
giant taro, commonly known in Bengal as
Vapi Jalena.
Man Kuchu, and Dhanya,
Om
the rice plant.
Haridre Hararupasi.
Each of these plants has its own Adhishthatri Devi,
Sadevi, Mama Shantim
which is an aspect of
Om
Mother Durga.
Hrim Durgayai Namaha. Shishira Jalena. Om Jayanti Jaya Rupasi.
Brahmani is the
Jagatang
residing
Jaya
deity
Hetave.
or the presiding
Bhaktya
deity in the banana plant.
Sampujayami Tvam.
Kalika is the Adhishthatri Devata of Kochu plant. Durga or Uma is the Adhishthatri Devata of Haridra. Kartiki is the Adhishthatri Devata, the presiding deity of Jayanti, the Jayanti plant. Shiva of Bilva Vriksha, Raptadantika of Dadima, Shokarahita of Ashoka, Devi Chamunda is the Adhishthatri Devata of Mankuchu, and Shri Mahalakshmi of Dhanya.
Sugandhi Jalena. Om Sthira Bhava Sada Durge Yashoke Shokaharini Maya
Prayers are
Tvam
uttered.
Pujita Durge Sthira Bhava Hara.
Each of the Navapatrika plant is consecrated together by
Karpura
holy offerings.
Om Manya Tvam Manavriksheshu Mananiya Surasurai Namami Twang Mahadeving.
All the plants which together form the Navapatrika are held together with banana plant in the center.
Ganga Jalena. Om Lakshmi Stvam Dhanya Rupasi Sarvesham Pranadaini स्थिरात्यन्तं हिनो भूत्वा
For
गृहे
each of the presiding deities in the Navapatrika, offerings are given.
महालक्ष्म्यै नमः।
Mahalakshmi is the presiding deity of Dhanya, which is part of the Navapatrika. Yesterday was the Kalparambha or the Shashtyadi Kalparambha, with which the Durga Puja celebration began in Belur Mutt. Kalparambha ceremony was conducted in the morning yesterday, and Adhivasa Puja was performed under a bilwa tree near the pandal yesterday in the evening. Today morning, after completing the preliminary puja rituals, the pujari and tantra dharak, accompanied by the other priests, went to the Ganga, which is flowing nearby, for Nabapatrika Snana. Now they have returned to the puja mandap and are consecrating the Navapatrika for installing it on the right side of Shri Ganesha. Navapatrika is given the place on the right of Shri Ganesha and is worshipped throughout the puja days. Today is the Maha Saptami Tithi, the 7th lunar day of the Navratri celebrations. The festivities are underway. The rituals are underway to mark the descent of Mother Durga from the Himalayan heights to the plains of our country, to the very home of her devotees, to the very heart of her votaries. She is here in our midst to accept the veneration offered by her children. The Navapatrika, a collection of 9 twigs or the branches of 9 holy trees and creepers, is being consecrated now. It is a representation of Mother Durga, who is the Bhuta Prakriti, who is the Charachara Prakriti, residing in every living creatures, in every plants and creepers on this earth. In the Belur Mutt, the headquarters of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, established by Swami Vivekananda, the Saptami Tithi's Puja has already begun. Today's main rituals in the forenoon include the Navapatrika Snana, which is already performed. Then the Maha Snana of Devi Durga, and the elaborate Shodashopachara Puja, worship with 16 holy items or offerings, following which there will be Devi's Bhog and Arati. And today in the evening, an elegant Sandhya Arati will be performed in front of the Devi in the puja mandap. After the Vesper service to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in the main temple. The puja is performed in Belur Math beside the iconic temple, the universal temple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Today in the evening, after Devi's Arati, there will be devotional singing. Stotras and bhajans will be sung by the monks and brahmacharins of the Ramakrishna Sangha in the pandal where the puja is being performed. Brahmachari Shubhrato is performing the puja rituals as the officiating priest, as the pujak. Navapatrika Snana and Navapatrika Sthapana mark the beginning of the Saptami Puja. The puja rituals on the Navami, on the Saptami day, begin only after the Snana and Pratishtha of the Navapatrika on the puja mandapa. This is a collection of vegetation containing 9 different plants. Rambha, Kachi, Haridracha, Jayanti Bilvadadimau, Ashoko Manakaschaiva, Dhanyancha Navapatrika, says the scriptures, the holy puja manuals. Rambha, the banana plant. Kachi, which is commonly known in Bengali as kochu. Haridra, turmeric. Jayanti, Sesbania sesban, the scientific name. Bilwa, the bell or stone apple, the vilwa. Dadima, pomegranate, known in Bengali as dalim. Ashoka, Saraka indica, the scientific name. Manaka, which is the giant taro, commonly known in Bengal as mankochu. And dhanya, the rice plant. These are tied together with the banana plant in the middle, in the center, which can be prominently seen. And will be draped with a red bordered yellow sari, giving the impression of a vadhu, a young bride. Hence the name Kolabo in Bengali. Navapatrika Sthapana precedes the Maha Snana of Devi Durga. We can see the Devi Pratima behind. Devi's Bodhan, Amantran and Adhivasa related rituals were performed yesterday. The Mahishasura Mardini is residing now on the puja mandap. Devi's Bodhan was yesterday done under a bilva tree beside the main puja mandap. There are many aitihyas from the Puranas associated with this. Devi was awakened. It is said that when the first Akala Bodhana of Devi Durga was performed in the Treta Yuga by Sri Ramachandra, it was under a Bilva Vriksha. Bilva Vriksha is a very holy tree for the Shaiva and Shakta traditions. A Vedic mantra about the greatness of Bilva is frequently cited. Yadeva Bilva Bilvam Jyotiritiva Achakshate Jyotihi Sveshu Bhavati Shrestha Swanam. This is from the Aitareya Brahmana, which forms the Rig Veda canon. Aitareya Brahmana is the Brahmana Grantha belonging to the Rig Veda tradition. It says Bilvam Jyotiriti. Bilva is the Jyoti, the light, the sun. Again, in the Puranas, Bilva represents both Shiva and Shakti. That's why Devi's puja, Bodhan related rituals are performed under a Bilva tree, and Bilva Vriksha forms a part of Navapatrika as well. A Dhyana mantra of Bilva tree describes it as the very embodiment of Bhagavan Shankara. Chaturbhujam Bilva Vriksham Rajatabham Vrishasthitam Vyaghra Charmambaradharam Shashi Mauli Trilochanam. It's no wonder that this tree is so dear to Devi Durga, the Jagan Mata, as this is the pratika of Mahadeva and herself. Mahadeva, the Jagat Pita, and Sri Durga, who is the Jagan Mata. Shri Phala Vriksha Tvam Ambikaya Sada Priyaha, says the puja manual. That is why Mother's awakening was performed under the Bilva Vriksha on the Shristi-sthiti yesterday. Those rituals were performed beside the main puja mandap, and Bilva Vriksha's twig forms a part of the Navapatrika, which is an apt representation of the Mother Nature. Devi Puja, as part of the Durga Puja, begins with a ritual called Bodhan. Bodhan means awakening or waking up. In the Puranas, the gods and goddesses are asleep in the Dakshinayana part of the year. The month of Ashwin, in which the Durga Puja is performed, falls in the Dakshinayana. Therefore, the ritual of Bodhan is performed in the very beginning of the puja to wake up the Devata we wish to worship. That's why, according to the Durga Puja tradition, the puja rituals begin with the ceremony called Bodhan, waking up Mother Durga, Mother's Jagarana on the Shashti Tithi after the Kalparambha. In a Vedantic sense, it is an awakening of the Devi Bhava in our mind by removing the veil of avidya that covers our inborn divinity. Swami Vivekananda said, Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity within. Every soul is potentially divine. Every living creature is potentially divine. But the presence of divinity is much, much more in a human being. Devi Durga is the Vidya, the knowledge, Prajna, Medha, the intellect that can subjugate the demonic nature of our mind and reveal the Paramatman, the true divinity that resides as our true self. Mother is the Atma Vidya that grants us the virya or the ability to realize our true self. It is by the grace of Vidya Rupini Shakti that we can attain the supreme Purushartha of our life. We find Mother Durga is mentioned as Uma Haimavati in the Kenopanishad. Kenopanishad is one of the ancient Upanishads which was commented upon by none other than Adi Shankaracharya. Kenopanishad is part of the Samaveda. It comes as part of Talavakara Brahmana, which is one of the Brahmana Granthas belonging to the Samaveda tradition. The Kenopanishad says, Atmana vindate viryam, vidyaya vindate mritam. In the same Upanishad, the knowledge of Brahman, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, is shown embodied as Uma Haimavati. She reveals the supreme spiritual truth to Indra. Thus Uma, the daughter of Himalaya, stands for the Brahma Vidya in the Upanishad. When the real Virya we attain and the real Vidya wakes up in our pure mind, she grants us the Samarthya, the capacity to realize our true self and thus be liberated from all kinds of bondages and limitations. The Navapatrika is now draped in a yellow sari. And it will be installed near the image of Mother Durga on the right side of Shri Ganesha's Vigraha. Devi Durga is also known as Sharada, since she was awakened, invoked, installed and worshipped during the Sharat Kala, the autumn season. Sharat Kale Pura Yasmad Navamyam Bodhita Suraihi Sharadasa Samakhyata Pithe Loke Cha Namataha, says the Puja manual. The word Sharat is interpreted to have been derived from the verbal root Shrih Himsayam. The dhatu Shri means to kill. Thus Sharat kills our ignorance and all the ailments emanating from ignorance. Now we can see on the Puja Mandapa, Navapatrika is ready for Puja. Prayers and mantras are uttered in front of Navapatrika. It will be now carried to its place on the right side of Shri Ganesha. Sindura is applied to Navapatrika vermilion. So that it should look like a new bride. Durga Puja in Bengal is known as Sharadiya Durga Puja. Sharadiya refers to the season of Sharat, autumn, in which the puja is performed. Devi Durga is also known as Sharada. When Sharada, the Shakti that wakes up in the Sharat Kala, is propitiated with our sincere devotion and self-surrender, she reveals herself within our souls and knocks down the asuras, lust and anger, greed and delusion, arrogance and envy. Devi Sharada, who represents the supreme spiritual knowledge, destroys our demonic nature and worldly afflictions caused by the ignorance of the spiritual truth conveyed in the Shastras. This is why the Durga Puja is known as Sharadiya Durga Puja, reminding us its connection with the season in which it is performed and, more importantly, its spiritual significance as well. Durga Puja with the image of Devi was performed for the first time in Belur in 1901 by Swami Vivekananda. Before 1901, the annual Durga Puja used to be performed in a consecrated pot, ghata, in the monastery. That is also an old custom in the puja tradition of Devi Durga in Bengal. A consecrated pot still continues as the object of worship in the Durga Puja. We can see the iconic temple of Belur Math. Belur Math is situated on the bank of holy river Bhagirathi, the Ganga. Now begins a short puja for Navapatrika Devi, Navapatrika Vasini Devi, followed by Maha Saptami and Bhuta Pasaranam.
Om aghorebhyo thagorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhya sarvebhya sarva sarvebhyo namaste strudra rupebhya eshamasha bhakta balihi om kshetrapalebhyo namaha.
Masha Bhakta Bali is offered for the Kshetrapalas as part of the puja rituals.
Om Vitala Iha gacchata iha tishtata यसन्निहिता भवत यसन्निहिता भवत यसन्निरुद्धा भवत यसन्निरुद्धा भवत यसम्मुखी भवत यसम्मुखी भवत अत्राधिष्ठानं कुरुत मम पूजां गृह्णीत.
Now puja is offered for the bhutas.
वं एतस्मै माशभक्तबलै नमः वं एतस्मै माशभक्तबलै नमः वं एतस्मै माशभक्तबलै नमः.
The universal temple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna on the bank of river Ganga. It is there that this 100 years old tradition of Durga Puja is being performed.
Om Adyascha Karmajaschaiva Ye Bhuta Divi Sanastita Bhumau Vyomni Sthita Ye Cha Pratigrinnantvimam Balim Eshamasha Bhakta Balihi Om Vetalibhyo Namaha.
Masha Bhakta Bali is offered to Vetalas and Bhutas.
Om Bhuta Iha Gacchata Iha Tishthata Yasannihita Bhavata Yasannihita Bhavata Yasanniruddha Bhavata Yasanniruddha Bhavata Atradhishtanam Kuruta Mama Pujang Grinhita.
After the Navapatrika Snana, Kshetrapala, Vetala and Bhutas are invoked and worshipped with some offerings. It was Swami Vivekananda's lifelong desire to preserve the mortal remains of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and enshrine it in a grand temple dedicated to him. Before leaving his body, Swami Vivekananda had a plan ready for a monumental temple. Following his directions, Swami Vijnanananda, his brother disciple and a qualified civil engineer, drew the plan of this temple. The foundation stone for this temple was laid by Swami Shivananda on 13th of March 1929. This new temple was finally dedicated by Swami Vijnanananda on 14th January 1938. About the presence of Sri Ramakrishna in Belur Mutt, Swami Shivananda once observed, Sri Ramakrishna is living here in all his glory. We live in his presence always as we lived and talked with him in Dakshineshwar. By his presence, the mind is brimming with bliss. Durga Puja is performed in a grand pandal near this universal temple dedicated to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna.
Om apasarpantu te bhuta ye bhuta bhumi palakaha bhutanam avirodhena
Bhutapasaranam is performed.
Vetalascha pishachascha rakshasascha sarishritaha apasarpantu te sarve chandikastrena taditaha.
Bhutapasaranam is the evicting of bhutas from the place of worship. And this is followed by some prayers addressed to the Navapatrika Devi or the Navapatrika Vasini Devi Durga to continue at the place of puja. Devi's presence is solicited so long as the puja is carried on. Brahmachari Shubhrato is the pujak, and Swami Shastratnananda is the Tantra Dharak of the puja rituals this year. Durga Puja with image of Devi Durga was performed in Belur Mutt for the first time in 1901. It was introduced by Swami Vivekananda. In the puja conducted in that year, the Sankalpa mantra was uttered in the holy name of Mother Sri Sharada Devi, the Sangha Janani. Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi, the divine consort of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, was personally present in the puja to bless her children. The puja was conducted with her consent and blessings and continues to be so. The sannyasins and brahmacharins of the Ramakrishna Sangha are here to witness and take part in the puja. A large number of devotees and other visitors have now assembled in the holy premises of the Belur Mutt.
Om Agacha Madgrihe Devi Sarva-kalyana Hetave Bali
Navapatrika Vasini Devi is invited to the puja mandapa by a prayer.
Om Agacha Madgrihe Devi Sarvabhi shakti-bhute pujang grihana vidhivan mama kalyana karini. Om Devi Chandatmike Chandi Chanda Vigraha Karini Vilva Shakham Samasritya Tishtatvang hi Yatha Sukham. Om Chamunde Chala Chala Chalaya Chalaya Shighram Durge Mama Griham Pravisha Om Hring Hum Phat Swaha Om Uttishtapatrike Devi Sarva-kalyana Hetave Pujang Grihana Sakala Asmakam Varada Bhava Sarveshang Varadi Devi Asmakam Hitakarini Pravishyatishtage Svin Yavat Pujang Karomyaham.
Prayers are uttered. Navapatrika Vasini Devi Durga is invited to the puja mandapa. The prayers are said to Devi Durga to continue at the place of puja. She is now carried to her place of installation on the right side of the image of Devi Durga. The representation of Devi Durga and her parivaras, the goddess and her retinue, in the puja mandapas of Bengal has a great spiritual significance and artistic subtlety. The platform on which these images are arranged is known as the Kathamo in Bengali. There are 7 murtis on the Kathamo. Navapatrika is installed and Sashtanga Pranama is offered to her by the Pujak and Tantradharak. Navapatrika is garlanded, decorated, and prayers are said to her to be where she is installed, to make her presence felt and bless the devotees throughout the Durga Puja celebration. Mother Durga is in the middle. She is in the form of Mahishasura Dalani, Asura Dalani, Mahishasura Mardini Devi. Her right foot is on her Vahana, the Simha, the lion. Her left foot is on the Mahishasura, who is hit by the Shula on her hand. On the right side of Mother Durga we can see Shri Lakshmi and Ganesh. Lakshmi is placed above and Ganesh or Ganapati, as he is known, is placed slightly below. Similarly, on the left side of Mother Durga, we can see Shri Saraswati and Kartikeya, who is also known as Subramanya in the south. In this form, the Mother Durga is the Mahishasura Mardini, ever undefeated and always eager for our well-being. Aparajita viryatvam ativasmad hitodhyata asharanya sharanyatvam akarana kripakari. Now the puja begins in front of the image of Devi Durga. These preliminary puja rituals will lead to the Maha Snana of Devi Durga. Durga Puja is Sharadiya, the puja performed during the Sharat Kala, the autumn season. The terrible heat of the summer is gone. Monsoon has lashed the country. The nature is serene and delightful. Now with a clear sky above and rich greenery below, this serene and delightful nature is an ideal setting for celebrating the motherhood of God. The face of Devi Durga expresses a strong resolve to always keep the Asuri Shaktis subdued, and at the same time her moon-like face is full of love and grace towards the righteous, her devotees and her children. Devi Durga is today present in every puja mandapa, in every temple, and in every heart of her children. Asana Shuddhi is now being performed. Gandhadinam Archana, consecrating the puja materials. Offering Arghya to Lord Surya. Om Java Kusuma Sankasham Kashapeyang Mahadutim Dhantarim Sarva Papagnam Pranatosmi Divakaram Archana. Vangitibhyo Snaniya Drabyabhyo Nama Vangitibhyo Snaniya Drabyabhyo Nama Vangitibhyo Snaniya Drabyabhyo Namaha Ete Gandapushpeo Ete Gandapushpetibhyo God is Father, God is Mother. Durga Puja is the celebration of the motherhood of God. God is Jagat Pita and Jagan Mata as well. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva.
Yasammukhi bhavata yasammukhi bhavata tradhishtanam kuruta mama pujang grinhita ete gandapushpyong betalibhyo namaha.
The wonderful artwork decorating the puja mandap.
Omite gandapushpe tasmai masha bhaktabalaya namo omite gandapushpe tatadipataye devaya Sri Vishnave namaha ete gandapushpe meta sampradhanibhyong betalibhyo namaha.
In Bengal, now the countryside is bedecked with kanch phool, a kind of tall grass with white feather-like flowers. They dance in the autumn breeze to welcome Mother Durga and her companions to the world of human beings. When the loud and enthralling beats of the dhak announce the arrival of the mother finally, people keep aside the hardships and sorrows of life to join the nature in receiving the mother and celebrating her presence in all exaltation.
Ushnodakam.
Devi Durga is offered different upacharas as part of the Maha Snana.
Om Ayurbalam Yashorvacha Praja Pashuvasunicha Brahma Praggancha Medhancha Tanno Dehi Vanaspate Om Vyuhadvam Somoraya Yamagamat Same Mukham Pramarkshyate Yashasacha Bhagenacha.
Durga Puja is known as the Ashwamedha of Kali Yuga. The great classical poet of Bengal, Krittivasa, mentions about Shri Durga Puja in his Ramayana written in Bengali.
Om Tatchakshurudeva hitam purastat shukrabhucharat Vashima sharadashatam jivema sharadashatam Sriduyama sharadashatam Prabrabama sharadashatam Adinasyama sharadashatam Bhuyascha sharadashatat Kaila Haritra.
The main part of the Durga Puja begins from today, the Maha Saptami Tithi. The Maha Saptami Puja commences with certain rituals performed in honor of the Navapatrika. Navapatrika is now placed towards the right side of the image of Mother Durga near Sri Ganesha. Nabapatrika Snana and Nabapatrika Sthapana are over. Now begins the Maha Snana, the great bath of Devi Durga. Navapatrika Snan is followed by the Maha Snana of Devi Durga now. The Maha Snan is performed on a mirror using various materials and waters from various sources. After the Maha Snana, the consecration and divinization of the image of Mother Durga will take place. This ritual is known as the Prana Pratishtha. Prana Pratishtha will be followed by an elaborate worship. Durga Puja is mentioned in considerable details in the Brihad Nandikeshwara Purana, the Brihad Dharma Purana, the Kalika Purana, and the Devi Bhagavata. Shri Raghunandana, the celebrated Smritikara of Bengal, discusses in his puja manuals many kalpas for performing the Durga Puja. Kalpa is the paddhati, the system based on which the puja rituals are to be organized and conducted. The Shashtyadi Kalpa is mostly preferred in the eastern part of India, including West Bengal. Belur Mutt follows the Shashtyadi Kalparambha system in its Durga Puja tradition. At Belur Mutt, the Kalparambha and other preliminary rituals called Bodhan, Adhivas and Amantran were conducted yesterday on the Shristi-sthiti, which is the 6th lunar day in the Shukla Paksha of the month Ashwin. And then the main puja is performed on Saptami today and Ashtami tomorrow and Navami Tithis. It will conclude with the final puja and Pratima Visarjan on the Vijaya Dashami. Preparations are going on for the Maha Snana, the grand bath, the great bath, an elaborate bath of Devi Durga. Which is performed on a mirror and in which various materials and waters from various sources are offered for the snana of the Divine Mother.
Om Bhurvasatassa Viturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Na Prachodayat Om Gandhadvaram Duradharsham Nitya Pushtankari Shinim Ishwarim Sarva-bhutanam Tvami Opabhaishyam Om Apyayasya Sametu Te Vishwata Soma Vrishtam Bhavavajasya Sangathe Om Dadhikrabno Akarisham Jishno Rashvasya Vajinah Surabhino Mukhakarat Pranayayung Chitarisat Om Tejasi Shukramasya Amritamasi Dhamanamasi Priyam Devanamana Drishtam Devajajanamasi Om Deva Satva Savita Prasabe Ashina Bahubhyam Pushno Hastabhyam Adadi Ekatrikaranam.
The Maha Snana of Devi Durga is an Abhisheka ceremony. An array of vessels filled with water from various sources are kept arranged for the ceremony. The preliminary rituals began with Achamana and consecrating the materials to be offered for the Mahasnana. The preliminary rituals included the consecration of the asana, the seat of the pujari, worshipping and consecrating the sandal paste and other items for the puja. Then an arghya was offered to Surya Devata, followed by invoking the Vedala and offering the Masha Bhakta as the Bali, and then began the Mahasnana. The Mahasnana of Devi Durga is also called the Adarsha Snana. Adarsha means the Darpana mirror. Darpana is used as an external representation of our antahkarana, our mind, where the Divine Mother should actually be invoked and installed. The reflection of the image of Devi Durga in the mirror is taken as symbolizing the spiritual ideal.
Om Shanno Devirabhishtaye Shanno Bhavantu Pitaye Shangyoravisravantu Nah Om Apohishtamayo Bhuvastana Uje Dadhatana Mahiranaya Chakshase Om Yovashvatamo Rashastasya Bhajayate Hana Ushatiriva Matarah Om Tasma Arangama Babu Yasya Kshayaya Jirnitha Apo Janayatachana Om Drupadadiva Mumuchana Svinnasnatumaladiva Putang Pavitre Nivajyamapa Shuddhantu Mainasaha Bringara Snanam Nadi Jalina.
The Veda mantras are mostly from Shukla Yajurveda and the Rig Veda.
Godavari Vipasha Shatadru Sindhurevacha Charmanmati Chakaveri Tamraparni Mahanadi Karatu Yabahudata Shona Vetrabati Tatha Devika Bhairavi Koka Gomati Chotapalabati Omatre Bharati Ganga Yamuna Cha Saraswati Sarayur Gandaki Punya Shveta Ganga Cha Kaushiki Bhogavati Cha Patale Swarge Mandakini Tatha Sarvasu Manaso Bhutva Bringare Snapayantuta Suraswam Abhishinchantu Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Vasudevo Jagannathasthatha Sankarashana Prabhu Pradyumnaschani Ruddhascha Bhavantu Vijayayate Akhandalognir Bhagavan Yavo Vainirtisthatha Varuna Pavanasaiva Dhanadhyakshasthatha Sivaha
The Devi Bhagavata says, Snapayet Paradevim Tam Panchamrita Rasadibhihi Poundrekshu Rasapurnaistu Kalashaihi Shata Sankhyakaihi Snapayet Yo Mahadevim Nasa Bhuyo Bhijayate The Adarsha Snana of Devi Durga is now being performed with an assortment of upacharas.
Akshayo Vatasangakaha Godavari Vyada Ganga Naramada Manikarnika Sarvanyetani Tirthani Bringarai Snapayantutam Takshakadya
Waters from various holy rivers are offered.
Durga Chandeshwari Chandi Varahi Kartiki Tatha Karasiddha Tatha Kali Indrani Vaishnavi Tatha Bhadrakali Vishalakshi Bhairavi Sarvarupini Etasu Manaso Bhutva Bringarai Snapayantutam Shankhajalena Shankhajalena Sarveshamadhipo Deva Nishano Nama Namata Shulapanir Mahadevo Bringarai Snapayatvimam Ganga Jalena
Devi's Mahasnana is now performed with the Ganga water, with hot water.
Gandhadhyam Shobhanam Chaiva Shitalam Sumanoharam Sarva Papaharam Vari Vringarai Snapayat Vimam Pavitra Jalena Omapahishthamayo Bhuvastana Urje Dadhatana Maheranaya Chakshase Om Yovashvatamo Rashastasya Bhajayate Hanaha Ushatiriva Mataraha Om Tasmarangama Yasya Kshayaya Jinvatha Apo Janayatachanaha Om Shanno Devirabhishtaye Shanno Bhavantu Pitaye Shangyoravisravantu Naha Pushpa Jalena ओम श्रीश्चते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्याहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपमश्विनौ व्याप्तम् इष्णन्निशानम् ईशान सर्वलोकम् ईशान ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः फलद्वकेन ओम या फलिनिर्या फला पुष्पायाश्च पुष्पिणी बृहस्पति प्रसूतास्त्वानो मुञ्चन्त्वं हस इक्षुरस सागरजलेन नारायण ओम नारायण्यै विद्महे चण्डिकायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् ओम सर्वौषधिजलेन ओम सर्वदा सर्वपापघ्नं मरिष्टानां विघातकं सर्वौषधिजलं तेन स्नापयामि सुरेश्वरीं ओम ह्रीं पार्वत्यै नमः महौषधिजलेन ओम नारायण्यै विद्महे चण्डिकायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् ओम ह्रीं चण्डिकायै नमः सर्वौषधि महौषधि ओम या ओषधि सोमराज्ञिर्बह्वीशतविचक्षणा तासामसि त्वमुत्तमारं कामाय संहृदे पंचरत्नजलेन मम नानारत्नं महिषानि सागरे विधिनिर्मितं रत्नोदकं महापुण्यं देव्या स्नानं तु पावनं पंचगव्यस्नानं गोमूत्रेण ओं भूर्भुवस्स तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ओं गवाङ्मूत्रेण पुण्येन सर्वाघ परिमोषिणा स्नापयामि जगद्धात्रीं पुत्रायुधनवृद्धये गोमयेन ओम गन्धद्वारां दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टाङ्करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां त्वामियोपवैश्र्यम् अं पवित्राकारं भूमिर्विद्युते कारणं परं गोमयं सर्वपापघ्नं तेन त्वां स्नापयाम्यहं दुग्धेन ओम आप्यायस्व समेतु ते विश्वतः सोमवृष्ट्यं भवावाजस्य सङ्गते ओम यज्ञक्रियाकलापोऽयं सर्वो यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठितः पयसा तादृशेन त्वां स्नापयामि हरप्रियां दधना ओम दधिक्राब्नो अकारिशं जिष्णोरश्वस्य वाजिनः सुरभिनो मुखाकरत प्रणयायुंशितारिषत् सद्गवामङ्गसम्भूतं हविषक्कारणं हि यत् दधितत्तेङ्गलावण्यकरणाय भवत्विदं घृतेन ओम तेजसी शुक्रमसि अमृतमसि धामनामासि प्रियं देवानमनाधृष्टं देवजजरमसि ओम यद्धोमसाधनत्वेन ग्रथितं निगमादिषु यच्चाप्यग्निमुखेनैव भुञ्जते निखिलासुरा यस्मात् पवित्रं नैवास्ति बलवीर्यकरं च यत् तेन त्वं स्नापयाम्यद्य गव्येन हविषेश्वरीं कुशोदकेन ओम देवस्वत्वा प्रशिवैरश्विनर्बाहुभ्यं पुष्णो हस्ताभ्यमाददे शोधितपञ्चगव्य ओं पंचगव्यमिदं पुण्यं सर्वपापनिषूदनं तत्त्वयै स्नापयामि त्वं मम पापं व्यपोहय यस्मात् परमनापरमस्ति मेध्यं देहे गतं यद्वृजिनं निहन्ति नास्ते परं हृद्यमत् तदस्तति हृद्यम् अत तदेतत् स्नानाय भूयात् तव पंचगव्यं पंचामृतेन शर्कराया ओम सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुष सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात् सभूमिं सर्वतः स्पृत्वा अत्यत्तिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलं मधु अंग मधुवातारुतायते
The Maha Snana of Devi Durga is also called Adarsha Snana. The Snana performed on a mirror. The mirror is used as an external representation of our antahkarana. In our mind, in our antahkarana, the Divine Mother should be clearly experienced. Only a sattvic mind can realize the Paradevata in a perfect way.
घृतेन ओम ह्रीं चण्डिकायै नमः दधना ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः मधुना ओम ह्रीं गौर्यै नमः
शास्त्राचार्योपदेश शमदमादि संस्कृतं मनः आत्मदर्शने करणं, says Shankaracharya in his Gita Bhashya.
त्रयाणं यन्निर्मितं यज्ञकृते विधात्रा पञ्चामृतं तन्मधुरं मनोक्तं स्नं स्नापकं ते जगदम्ब भूयात् स्वर्णजलेन ओम ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः.
We have to purify our mind to capture the image of Mother Durga in our antahkarana clearly and vividly. This is the message of Adarsha Snapanam of Mother Durga.
Guru Jalena Om Chandikaye Namaha. कर्पूरजलेन ॐ इन्द्राण्यै नमः तिलोदकेन ॐ ह्रीं अम्बिकायै नमः तिलोदकम् ॐ ह्रीं अम्बिकायै नमः विष्णुतैलेन ॐ ह्रीं चामुण्डायै नमः अगुरुजलेन ॐ गां गौर्यै नमः पुष्करिणीजलेन ॐ ह्रीं कालिकायै नमः वृष्टिजलेन ॐ ह्रीं चामुण्डायै नमः पञ्चकषायजलेन ॐ जम्बुशालमलिवाट्याल्यं बकुलं बदरं तथा एतन्मिश्रिततोयेन स्नापयामि सुशोभने ॐ ह्रीं भद्रकाल्यै नमः पञ्चशस्यजलेन ॐ यवगोधूममुद्गाश्च तिलाश्च धान्यमेव च एतत्तोयेन देवेशि स्नापयामि प्रसीद मे ॐ ह्रीं उमायै नमः कुङ्कुमोदकेन ॐ कौशिक्यै नमः शर्करया ॐ शर्करे मधुरे स्निग्धे देवामोदविवर्धिनि देवानां तुष्टिदे
The Maha Snana is a very special liturgical service conducted during the Durga Puja. So many items are offered to the Divine Mother as part of this ceremony. A mirror is ceremonially placed in front of the image of Goddess Durga in the large vessel.
मृत्तिका स्नान आदौ बलिमिक मृत्तिकाय ॐ ह्रीं चण्डिकायै नमः वराहदन्त मृत्तिकाय ॐ ह्रीं वाराह्यै नमः मंगलाद्वार मृत्तिकाय ॐ ह्रीं मंगलायै नमः वृषशृंग मृत्तिकाय ॐ ह्रीं माहेश्वर्यै नमः
can see the reflection of the Devi
गजदन्त मृत्तिकाय
in the mirror.
इन्द्राण्यै नमः
An assortment of things are offered as part of the puja vidhi during the ritual. First, the items like oil for her abhyanga and udvartana are offered. Panchagavya, Panchamrita, Sarvaushadhi, Mahaushadhi, etc. are offered. Many pots of water mixed with various sacred ingredients like the honey, sugar, sandal paste, perfume, camphor, etc. are offered during the Mahasnana. Mrittika, soil collected from different places are given to the Divine Mother as offering during the ceremony. Mother Durga is the Maharajni of the universe. Shri Mata, Shri Maharajni, Shrimat Simhasaneshwari. Her bath is royal and very elaborate. She resides in different regions of the world. She bathes and sports in all the rivers and rivulets and oceans and other water bodies in this universe. Her likes and preferences and her needs and requirements are beyond our imagination and capacity. But her devotees do make an attempt to procure all these things, all those things that may please her in her service. But in spite of all the ordinary meaning we associate with the Durga Puja rituals like the Mahasnana, there is a very clear spiritual significance for all these sacred activities. The Antara Shuddhi, mental purity of the devotee, is the most important objective of all our spiritual religious ceremonies. Inner purity is the necessary condition for all spiritual attainments. Chitta Shuddhi is the path through which all spiritual aspirants have to walk through. Our religious festivals and sacred rituals symbolically assert this fact repeatedly.
एतावानस्य महिमा त्वज्यायांश्च पूरुषः पादोस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्ध उदयति पुरुषः पादोस्येह भवत् पुनः ततो विश्वं
Mantras from Yajurveda and Rigveda are uttered, and Mother Durga's royal bath is being performed.
तस्माद् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतर्च सामानि जग्गिरे छन्दांसि यज्ञिने तस्माद् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वाजायन्त चीकेचो भयादत गावोह यज्ञिरे तस्मात् जाता अजावय तं यज्ञं वरिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रत तेन देवा यजन्त साध्या ऋषयस्य ये यत्पुरुषं व्यधदुः
The famous Purusha Suktam can be heard.
उच्यते ब्राह्मणस्य मुखमासीद् बाहुराजन्यकृतः गुरु तदस्य यद्वैश्यपद्भ्यां शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातश्चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणाश्च मुखादग्निरजायत नाभ्यासीदन्तरिक्षं शीर्ष्णोद्यौ समवर्तत तद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोत्रास्तथा
Chanting Purusha Suktam is part of all Abhisheka ceremonies in the temples of our country. For the Maha Snana of Bhagavati Devi Durga, chanting Purusha Sukta forms an important ritual.
वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तमादित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेव विदित्वात् मृत्युमेति नान्यपन्था विद्यते अयनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तर्जायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य योनिं परिपश्यन्ति धीरास्तस्मिन् हतस्थुर्भुवनानि विश्वा यो देवेभ्यातपति यो देवानां पुरोहित पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातो नमो ऋचाय ब्राह्मणे
Among the items offered in the Maha Snana to Devi Durga, there is the earth, the mud called Mritika in Sanskrit. It is used traditionally to rub the body during the bath in India. Different kinds of Mritikas are offered to the Devi for bathing during the Maha Snana. The earth is the basic nourishment for life on this planet. According to the scriptures, Prithvi is the predominant Mahabhuta that constitutes the Manushya Loka, the human world. Our body is Parthiva, that means the basic material of our body is, for the most part, the Prithvi Bhuta. Earth is the main material cause of our Sharira. Earth is the sphere for its existence. Earth is the principal nourishment for its development. And earth is the thing that can make our body both dirty and clean. Mud or soil is collected from various places and it is offered to Devi Durga in the Maha Snana. And offering the Mritika is followed by an elaborate Abhisheka, which is just completed. Once again, the holy waters are offered. Before the Snana offerings, Taila, Haridra, Chandana, Pituli and Panchashasya Churna were offered to Mother Durga for her Abhyanga and Gatra Marjana, and then wide variety of waters collected from different sources are poured ceremoniously to the accompaniment of mantras and ghanta vadana. The Vedic mantras are chanted The ceremonial bell is rung and the pujak pours out Shitala Jalam, cold water, Rajata Jalam or Mukta Jalam, water with silver or pearls, Padma Renu Mishrita Jalam, water with lotus pollen, Nadi Jalam, water from the rivers with feminine features. Since the water collected from the nadis are offered through a kind of vessel called Bhringara, this offering is also known as Bhringara Snana. And again, Narikela Jalam, coconut water, Nirjhara Jalam, water from cascade, Shankha Jalam, water preserved in a conch shell, Shishira Jalam, dewdrops collected in a vessel for this purpose, Sarva-tirtha Jalam, the collection of waters from the main tirthas of our country, water from the holy Ganga, Ganga Jalam, Guda Jalam, water mixed with molasses, Chandana Yukta Jalam, water mixed with sandal paste, Ushna Jalam, warm water, Karpura Jalam, water mixed with camphor, Shuddha Jalam, pure water without any ingredient added, Gandhadhya Jalam, fragrant water, Tila Jalam, water mixed with sesame, Pavitra Jalam, pure water, Aguru Jalam, water perfumed with Aguru, Pushpa Jalam, water made fragrant with flowers, Pushkarini Jalam, water from a pond, Phalodakam, fruit juices, Vrishti Jalam, rainwater, Ikshu Jalam, sugarcane juice, Panchakashaya Jalam, a decoction made from the fruits of 5 kinds of medicinal plants, collectively referred to as the Panchakashaya. They are Jambu, Shalmali, Vatyala, Bakula and Badara. The decoction made from the fruits of 5 kinds of medicinal plants, Jambu, Shalmali, Vatyala, Bakula and Badara, is offered as the Panchakashaya Jalam in the Maha Snana of Devi Durga. Again, Sarva-ushadhi Jalam, water added with medicinal herbs, Kunkumodakam, water mixed with the pigments called Kumkum, Pancharatna Jalam, water with the 5 precious gems, and Sugandhi Jalam, perfumed water, Kushodakam, water with Kusha grass, Nada Jalam, water from the rivers with masculine features, Swarna Jalam, water with gold, and Sagara Jalam, water from the ocean. A long list of items suitable to the disposition and stature of the Divine Mother, a variety of Jalopacharas for the Mahasnana of the Mahadevi at the beginning of the Maha Puja honoring her. The lamp is lighted, the Baneshwara Shivalinga is kept ready for puja, to receive the puja on behalf of all the devatas who will be worshipped in the Durga Puja. Ghatasthapana is done. After completing the Mahasnana of Devi Durga, Brahmachari Shubhrato, the priest, and Swami Shastratnananda, the Tantradharak, have taken their seats, ceremonial seats, in front of the image of Mother Durga. It is no more an image. She is now the living presence in the Puja Mandapa after the Akala Bodhana performed yesterday. It is Chinmayi, not Mrunmayi. Durga Puja is the puja of Chinmayi Bhagavati in the Mrinmayi Pratima. Today is the Maha Saptami Tithi of the Durga Puja. Maha Snana of Devi Durga is just complete. The main part of the Durga Puja begins from today, the Maha Saptami Tithi. The Maha Saptami Puja commenced with certain rituals performed in honor of the Navapatrika. Navapatrika was then placed towards the right side of Shri Ganesha and Mother Durga. It is draped in an yellow sari and garlanded gracefully. Mother Durga is invoked in this as the Navapatrika Vasini Durga. Then Mahasnana of Devi Durga is performed. The great bath of Devi Durga is just now complete. The Mahasnan was performed on a mirror using various materials, various waters from holy rivers of our country. After the Mahasnana, the consecration and divinization of the image of Devi Durga will take place, also known as the Prana Pratishtha. Prana Pratishtha will be followed by an elaborate worship. The worship of the Devi is done with 16 items of offering, and therefore it is known as the Shodashopachara Puja. Shodasha stands for 16, Upacharas, the offerings, Puja, the worship. The other deities, many attending divinities, and a number of objects of veneration associated with the Devi are then worshipped. And today at noon, the 7th day's puja in the forenoon is concluded with the offering of bhog and arati to the Divine Mother Shri Durga. Today the entire atmosphere of Belur Mutt, the headquarters of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, is charged with the divine fervor. The Mother of the Universe has arrived. Her special presence is now felt in the hallowed image, which is modelled with mud. The Divine Mother is so kind and benevolent to her children. She has descended into our midst. To accept the puja, her children are joyously preparing in order to honor her. The celebration of Durga Puja is a unique feature of the socio-religious culture of Bengal and for the whole country as well. But especially in Bengal, probably in no other part of India does the worship of Durga affect the lives of the people so deeply as it does in Bengal. Festivities begin from the day of Mahalaya, which is the first day of the Navratri period. Navratri begins from the Pratipat Tithi, which follows Mahalaya. During this period, people put on new clothes, worship the Divine Mother at any of the beautiful Durga pandals put up in different parts of the city or town or the village, and enjoy feasts. Devi's puja begins with the preliminary rituals. by consecrating all the things which will be used in the puja. Puja is defined in the Kularnava Tantra as the act which quells the waves of karmic flow resulting from past births and puts an end to the circle of births and deaths and offers complete fulfillment. The complete fulfillment is in the sense of achievement of the desired object, namely self-surrender of the devotee to the deity, of the worshipper to the worshipped. The complete or cherished fruit of the worship is the very culmination which consists in the loss of the worshipper's self-identity in the worshipped.
स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवा स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदा स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु.
Swasti Vachana is now being performed. Followed by Vedi Shodhanam, consecrating the Vedi and the Ghata where the puja will be performed. The Ghata, the Vedi and the Ghata are consecrated and kept in front of the image of Devi Durga. The offerings for Devi Durga are directly offered on this Ghata. The consecrated pot, the Ghata, represents Devi Durga, as is the image and the Navapatrika.
कांडात कांडात प्रणोहंती पुरुष परुषस्परियेवानो दुर्विप्रतनु सहस्रेण शतेन च श्रीश्चते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्या होरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपमश्चिनो व्यात्तमिष्टन् निशानां मयीशान सर्वलोकं मयीशान गंधद्वारां दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टां करीश्रीं ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां.
In the Ghata Sthapana ceremony, which is now being performed, the pujak touches the various parts of the Ghata and Vedi with a kusha danda to the accompaniment of Veda mantras. Bhumi is touched, Dhanya, Ghata, Jala, Pallava, Phala, Sindura, Durva, Pushpa, Gandha, Vastra, etc. are offered. This will be followed by the ritual called Sthiti-karanam.
कांडात कांडात प्रणोहंती पुरुष परुषस्परि एवान दुर्विप्रतनु सहस्रेण शतेन च ओम सूत्रामानं पृथिवीं द्यामनेह शंसु शरमानमदितिं सुप्रणीतिं दैवीं नावं स्वरित्रामनागसमस्रवन्ती मारुहे मा स्वस्तये.
The extensive and graceful puja of the Devi Durga and her Parivara Devatas is now begun. The first phase of the puja contains many rituals concerning purification and consecration.
वरुणस्वत्तम्भनमसि वरुणस्य स्कम्भसर्जनिस्थो वरुणस्य ऋतसदन्यसि वरुणस्य ऋतसदनमसि वरुणस्य ऋतसदनमासीद धन्वनागं धन्वनाजिञ्जयेम धन्वना तीव्रः समदो जयेम धनुषत्रौरपकामं कृणोति धन्वना सर्वप्रदिशो जयेम याफले निर्याफला पुष्पायाश्च पुष्पिणी बृहस्पति प्रसूतास्वानो.
Various offerings For the puja are brought and arranged in the puja mandapa. The most striking aspect of the Durga Puja is the image of the Divine Mother as the Mahishasura-mardini. In her Mahishasura-mardini form, the Divine Mother is seen as having 10 arms, each wielding a weapon. Devi Durga rides on a furious lion. The Mahishasura is depicted at the foot of the Divine Mother. He is viciously shouting and attempting an assault on the Devi. But the piercing Trishula of the Mother is preventing him from moving forward. This is the depiction of the Mahishasura-mardini, and this is the image for the Durga Puja, where the Mother will be invoked and consecrated and installed. In the context of Durga Puja, we are reminded of the incident of Shodashi Puja, which took place in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa during his spiritual practices. A reader of his life knows that Sri Ramakrishna concluded his wonderful and varied spiritual practices spread over 12 long years with the worship of the primordial power Adya Shakti as Shodashi, invoking her in the body of Sri Sharada Devi, his consort. While describing the culmination of that wonderful worship done by Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Sharadananda writes, the worshipper lost in samadhi became completely merged in the identified consciousness with the goddess, who too was lost in samadhi. This is indeed the fulfillment of the signs of worship. The sadhana of Sri Ramakrishna re-authenticates the signs of worship and augurs its glorious future in the lives of men. The aim of worship is clearly brought out in another definition of puja, which says puja is the oneness of the worshipper and the Ishvara. Yogo jivatmano raikyam pujanam sevakeshayoho, says Maha Tantra. The supreme result of this feeling of oneness between the worshipper and the worshipped, between the devotee and his or her Ishta Devata, is verily the realization of the true nature of the self, Atmanubhuti or Atmopalabdhi, the attainment of Brahman. Puja is one of the most useful steps in the achievement of this ideal. The supreme objective of all actions like puja is the realization of the self or the attainment of Brahman. This is clearly indicated by Bhagavad Gita. Jnana yajna is superior to the sacrifice performed with external articles, because all actions like sacrifice, worship, etc. finally culminate in knowledge, jnana. Needless to say, there is no difference between complete knowledge and the attainment of Brahman. And puja as a karma yoga, puja as self-surrender, puja as a means to achieve oneness between the worshipper and the worshipped is the upaya, is the path which leads to this highest spiritual realization. Dvividha mama puja syat, says Devi Bhagavatam, bahya chabhyantara picha, bahyapi dvividha prokta, vaidiki tantriki tatha. The Devi Bhagavata says that worship is of two kinds, external and internal. The external worship is itself divided into two streams, Vedic and Tantric. As a matter of fact, yajna of the Vedas and puja of the Tantras have equivalent connotation, and the primary aim of both is the same. Om Aim Guru Brahma, Om Aim Param Guru Brahma, Om Aim Parapara Guru Brahma, Om Aim Parameshti Guru Brahma, Om Ganganeshaya Nama, Om Dakshajagabinashinyai Mahagoraye Yogini Koti Paribritaye Bhadrakaleri Om Durgai Nama, Om Manidari Vajrani Mahapratisade Raksharaksha Hum Fat Swaha Song, Ang Fat Swaha Kling Aing Fat. The most striking aspect of the Durga Puja is the image of the Divine Mother, the Mahishasura-mardini. The Mother Durga is described as Dashapraharanadharini. She has 10 arms, each holding a different weapon. This is the form of the Divine Mother which inspired the poet Bankim Chandra Chatterjee to conceptualize the holy land of India as Devi Durga herself. Tvanghi Durga Dashapraharana Dharini, Kamala Kamala Dala Viharini, Bani Vidya Daini, Namami Tvam, Namami Kamalam, Amalam Atulam, Sujalam Suphalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. You are indeed the 10-handed Durga. You are the goddess of wealth, Kamala the Lakshmi, residing on the lotus. You are the bestower of the power of speech and knowledge, Goddess Saraswati. I pray to you, I salute you, O pure, unmatched Goddess Kamala. You are blessed with water resources, blessed with plenty of fruits. Salutation to you, O Mother. Once the image of Devi Durga is consecrated, the deity will be invoked in it. It will undergo a transformation. Mrinmayi will now be Chinmayi. It will no longer be considered a clay image, but the living goddess, radiating power, radiating knowledge, love and joy, the benign mother of the universe who has come to bless her children and to assure them of her love, help and protection.
Ang Fat Swaha Bharatrayam Jivanyasah.
Now begins different nyasa karmas as part of the puja ceremony. After the bhuta shuddhi, the nyasas are performed. Nyasa is meant to divinize the body and mind of the pujaka, the worshipper.
Ong kang kang gang wang ang ung stap bang nam ing chang chang jang yang ing tarjani bang swang tang tang dang dang ang muddhama bang bashat ing tang tang dang dang nang ing anamika bang wong pang pang bang mang.
There is Vyapakanyasa, there is Jivanyasa, followed by Karanyasa, Anganyasa, Antarmatrikanyasa, and an elaborate Bahya Matrikanyasa, again Samhara Matrikanyasa, and Varnanyasa. After the Nyasa karmas, the puja will enter into another phase where Guru, Ganesh and other deities will be worshipped before the elaborate puja of Devi Durga will be undertaken. Worship has two aspects. Puja, according to the scriptures, has two aspects, external and internal. A complete puja should comprise both these aspects. This is what the scriptures say. Mental worship must accompany every act of external worship. Sarvasu bahya pujasu antah puja vidhiyate, say the Hindu scriptures. A general idea about mental worship can be had from the instructions given in the Maha Nirvana Tantra on the internal worship of Adya Kali, the primordial power worshipped as the Divine Mother. The Maha Nirvana Tantra says, offer the Hrit Padma, the heart lotus, as the seat for the Divine Mother, the nectar originating from the Sahasrara in the head as the water for washing her feet, and for Arghya offer your mind.
Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi-bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurung Tanganamami
Dhyana is performed on Sri Guru, the master, the spiritual teacher, and upacharas are offered to Sri Guru. Shri Gurave Namaha.
Bangatasmai Sopakarana Naivedyana, Bangatasmai Sopakarana Naivedyana, Umiti Gandabushpe Tasmai Sopakarana Naivedyana, Umiti Gandabushpeta Tadipate Devaya, Sri Vishnavenama, Umiti Gandabushpeta Sampradana, Sri Guravenama, Pat Pat Patum, Suprokshitamastum, Sri Vishnu Pundalika.
Guru is worshipped at the very beginning, even before worship is performed to deities like Sri Ganesha. Guru is the Pratyaksha Devata.
Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sangsararnava Gauri Yakarnadhara Swarupaka namo'stu Ramakrishnaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ganesham Gankharvang Sulatanam Gajendravatanam Lambodaram
Guru Puja is followed by Ganesha Puja. Among the gods, Ganesha Puja is to be performed first. Ganesha is the first among the Pancha Devatas. Panchadevata Puja is instituted by Adi Shankaracharya throughout India as part of the Smartha tradition. Whenever a Hindu begins
Om Gangidam Sopakarana
a
Bhagane
ceremony,
Vidyam Sri Ganeshaya Namaha.
Panchadevata Puja is to be performed.
Gangesha Chandana Patra Pushpanjali Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Devendra Mauli Mandara Makaranda Kanaruna Vignam Marantu Hiram Bacharanam.
All special pujas have to be preceded by Panchadevata Puja. After propitiating these 5 deities, Ganesha, Shiva, Vishnu, Surya and Shri Durga, an aspect of Shri Durga called Kaushiki Devi or Jaya Durga. These 5 deities are together called Panchadevatas. In the southern part of India, sometimes Surya is replaced by Kumara or Subramanya, also known as Muruka. Shiva Puja is now being performed on the Baneshwara Shivalinga. Throughout the puja, Baneshwara Shivalinga receives all the worship performed to all the deities. Baneshwara Shiva is the representative of all the deities, as Agni is in a Vedic yajna.
Om Namah Shivaya Shantaya Karanatraya Hetave Nivedayami Chatmanam Tvangati Parameshwara Tabatatvam Najanami Kidrishosi Maheshwara Yadrishosi Mahadevata Drishaya Namo Namaha. Surya. Om Ram Rim Saraktam Bujashanam.
Shiva Puja is followed by Surya Devata's Puja. Surya is part of the Panchadevatas.
Idam sopakarana bhagane vedyam om ram rim sasri suryaya namaha. Dashadhajapit namas suryaya. Isha Chandana Pushpanjali Om Ram Rim Sasri Suryaya Namam Javakusuma Sankasham Kashyape Ang Mahadvatim Dvantarim Sarva Papagnang Pranatosmi Dibakaram.
Narayana Shila, which is a salagrama. Narayana in the form of the salagrama would be present throughout the puja in the Belur Mutt these days. Snana is performed to the Narayana Shila.
Magnaya hivitaye granano habhyodataye nihota satsivarishi om shanno devi rabishtaye shanno bhavantu pitaye shangyo rabhisravantu nah om narayanaya vidmahi vasudevaya dhimahi tanno vishnu prachodayatu.
Salagramaha Sakshad Vishnu Swarupakaha, says the scriptures. Salagramas come from the banks of Gandaki river. Vishnu Swarupena Pujyo hi Salagramaha. Salagrama's worship is being performed now. Snana is performed. Tulsi is offered. Sachandana tulasi patram pushpam.
Om Namo Narayanaaya Dheya Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana
Dhyana
Sarasivasana
is now being
Sannivishta
performed.
Keuravani Kanaka Kundalavani Kiriti Hare Hiranamaya Vapurudhrita Shankha Chakraha Ishagandha Om Narayanaya Namaha Idam Sachandana Pushpam
Pancha upacharas are offered.
Idam Sachandana Tulasi Patram Om Namaste Bahurupaya Vishnavi Paramatmani Swaha
Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa and Naivedya. These are the Pancha upacharas
Isha Deepa Om Narayanaya Namaha
forming Panchopachara Puja to any deity.
Idam Sopakarana Bhaga Naivedyam Om Narayanaya Namaha Dashadhajapit
The Mahanirvana Tantra says, offer the heart lotus as the seat for the Divine Mother, the nectar originating from the Sahasrara in the heart as the water for washing her feet, and for Arghya, offer your mind. Offer the same nectar for her bathing, Snaniyam, and for drinking, Paniyam. Offer the Akasha Tattva, the principle of ether, as the cloth to the Divine Mother, and the Gandha Tattva, the principles of earth, as the sandal paste. Imagine the Chitta, the mind stuff, as the flower offered to the Devi, and Prana, the vital energy, as the incense. Think of Tejas, the principle of fire, as the light waves before the Ishtadevata, and the ocean of nectar as Naivedya, the food offering. The Anahata Dhvani, the unstruck mystic sound described in the Yoga Shastra as the bell rung during worship, and the Vayu Tattva, the principle of air, as the chamara used for fanning the mother. All the actions of the senses and the restlessness of the mind are the dances performed to please the deity. A variety of flowers, as mentioned below, should be offered to the mother for attaining one's cherished object. These flowers are lack of ignorance, conceptualized as a flower, lack of pride, another flower, detachment, non-bragging, absence of delusion, absence of arrogance, lack of hate, unagitated composure, lack of envy, absence of greed. The Tantra Shastra asks us to offer ahimsa or non-violence as the supreme flower at the feet of the holy deity, our Ishtadevata. We have to offer sense control, compassion, forbearance and knowledge as the flowers at the feet of the Ishtadevata. These 15 flowers of divine virtues should be used to worship the Devi. Cultivating these virtues internally forms a real worship to the Divine Mother who is ever present in our heart. The knowledge of the meaning of the mantras is also very important. If one wishes to achieve his desired objective through worship, mantras must be uttered, being aware of its meaning. It is only logical that if the worshipper understands the meaning of the mantras, he knows what he is seeking from the deity. he realizes intensely how profound, extensive and charming the meaning of the mantras is. It is thus beyond doubt that in a meaningful worship it is absolutely necessary that the worshipper is aware of the meaning of both the mantras as well as the rituals.
Esha dhupa om aing vaneshwara shivaya namaha. Esha deepa om aing vaneshwara shivaya namaha.
Worship is performed to Baneshwara Shiva in the Puja Mandapa. The worshipper has to become imbued with the spirit of the inner objective of the worship. The dictum of the scriptures points to this. Devo bhutva devam yajeta. Worship of the deity should be preceded by thinking oneself as the very embodiment of the deity itself. As is one's thinking, so will be one's success. Yadrishi bhavana yasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. The aspirant attains to godhood by constantly thinking of God. This is the message of every puja, and Durga Puja is no exception. Sarvesham devata drishtya jayate shuddhata picha, says Gandharva Tantra. पूर्णिमायै नमः एते गन्धपुष्पं कुलदेवतायै नमः एते गन्धपुष्पं गंगायै नमः एते गन्धपुष्पं यां यमुनायै नमः एते गन्धपुष्पे क्रीं श्रीमद्दक्षिणकालिकायै नमः एते गन्धपुष्पं Pushpa Puja,
एते गन्धपुष्पे ओम
Pushpa
सर्वदेवदेवी
with
श्रीरामकृष्णाय
flower besmeared with sandal paste is being performed to different deities associated with the Durga Puja and the tradition of Ramakrishna Sangha. This is the Pitha-nyasa, consecration of the Pitha, the ceremonial seat for the Devi Durga. With this, the rituals specifically related to the puja of Devi Durga begin. Pitha-nyasa is done with 40 different mantras and specific mudras. The worshipper, the pujak, touches body parts with the specific mudra and utters the mantra, and thus Pitha-nyasa is performed. Pitha-nyasa is followed by the Pitha Shakti-nyasa, in which the divinities associated with the Pitha are worshipped. This is followed by Rishyadi-nyasa, in which the consecration of the Devi mantra is done. Om Dakshayajna-vinashinyai Maha-ghorayai Yogini Koti-parivrtayai Bhadrakalyai Hrim Om Durgayai Namaha. This is the Devi mantra used in the Durga Puja. Narada is the Rishi of the Mula mantra of Devi Durga. Gayatri is the meter, Chandaha. Devi Durga is the Devata. Hrim is the Bija. Shrim is the Shakti. And Klim is the Kilaka.
अतसी पुष्पवर्णाभां
Now
सुप्रतिष्ठां
Devi's
सुलोचनां
dhyana is performed.
नवयौवनसम्पन्नां सर्वाभरणभूषितां
The divine form of Devi Durga is meditated upon by chanting the mantras.
त्रिभङ्गस्थानसंस्थानां महिषासुरमर्दिनीं मृणालायतसंस्पर्शदशबाहुसमन्वितां त्रिशूलं दक्षिणे ध्येयं खड्गं चक्रं क्रमाददः तीक्ष्णबाणं तथा शक्तिं दक्षिणेषु विचिन्तयेत् खेटगं पूर्णचापं च पाशमङ्कुशमेव च घण्टां वा परशुं वापि वामतः सन्निवेशयेत् अधस्तान्महिषं तद्वद् विशिरस्कं प्रदर्शयेत् शिरश्चेदोद्भवं तद्बद्धानवं खड्गपाणिनं हृदि शूलेन निर्भिन्नं निर्यदन्त्रविभूषितं रक्तारक्तीकृताङ्गं च रक्तविस्फुरिते क्षणं वेष्टितं नागपाशेन भ्रूकुटीभीषणाननं सपाशवामहस्तेन धृतकेशं च दुर्गया वमतरुधिरवक्त्रं च देव्या सिंहं प्रदर्शयेत् दिव्यास्तु दक्षिणं पादं समं सिंहोपरि स्थितं किञ्चिदूर्ध्वं तथा वामं अङ्गुष्ठं महिषोपरि प्रसन्नवदनां देवीं सर्वकामफलप्रदां शत्रुक्षयकरीं देवीं दैत्यदानवदर्पहां स्तूयमानं च तद्रूपममरैः सन्निवेशयेत् उग्रचण्डा प्रचण्डा च चण्डोग्रा चण्डनायिका चण्डा चण्डवती चैव चण्डरूपातिचण्डिका आभिशक्तिभिरष्टाभिः सततं परिवेष्टितां चिन्तयेत् जगतां धात्रीं धर्मकामार्थमोक्षदाम्। मानसपूजा ओम हृत्पद्मं
Manasa Puja, mental worship.
सहस्रारच्युतामृतै पाद्यं चरणयोर्दद्यात् मनस्त्वर्घ्यं निवेदयेत् तेनामृतेन च मनीयं स्नानीयं तेन च स्मृतम् आकाशतत्त्वं वस्त्रं स्यात् गन्धः स्यात् गन्धतत्त्वकम् चित्तं प्रकल्पयेत् पुष्पं धूपं प्राणान् प्रकल्पयेत् तेजस्तत्त्वं च दीपार्थं नैवेद्यं स्यात् सुधाम्बुते अनाहतध्वनिर्घण्टा वायुतत्त्वं च चामरं सहस्रारं भवेत् छत्रं शब्दतत्त्वं च गीतकं नृत्यमिन्द्रियकर्माणि चाञ्चल्यं मनसस्तथा सुमेखलां पद्ममालां पुष्पन्नानाविधं तथा अमायाद्यैर्भावपुष्पैरर्चयेत् भावगोचरम् अमायम् अनहङ्कारम् अरागम् अमदं तथा अमोहकम् अदम्भं च अद्वेषाक्षोभकौ तथा अमात्सर्यम् अलोभं च दशपुष्पं विदुर्बुधा अहिंसा परमं पुष्पं पुष्पमिन्द्रियनिग्रहः दया पुष्पं क्षमा पुष्पं ज्ञानपुष्पं च पंचमम् इति पंचदशैर्भावपुष्पैः सम्पूजयेत् शिवाम्।
Devi Mahatmyam gives a vivid description of the Divine Mother as the source of the whole world. A sage sings in praise of